Hello again, Sagittarius. It's March 2017 and I'm Dadhichi. Thanks for joining me. Look, the position of Mercury this month is important, along with the Sun and Neptune. They are all transiting your fourth house. Fourth house has to do with your family life, your mother, your genetic background. And another point I didn't mention there was the South Node, which has to do with your past karma. All of that energy converging in this very significant angle of your horoscope. There are four angles. Fourth angle has to do with, I guess, your genetic and genealogical past. But Mercury there's not comfortable, I'm sorry to say, and this could show some problems with your family. Maybe also not specific problems that are happening now, but maybe stuff that you're carrying around. Oh, that's hard. Carrying all that emotional stuff. The problem is sometimes it's not that easy to simply let it go, especially if you have a desire to let it go, but someone's prodding you. There are people within the family circle prodding you. There's such a sense of obligation to family that often we go through life just carrying that burden as if, well, that's the way it's always been. I guess I just have to keep carrying that burden around with me. And we see there are some really difficult aspects this month, aspects that I had there a moment ago, which have disappeared. I'm going to pull them up. Apologies, it won't take me a moment. I'll just have to just calculate that again. I've got my computer screen right to my left-hand side here, so there they are. Didn't take long. The one I'm thinking of particularly with Mercury here happens later in the month when it makes a right-angled aspect on the 12th to Saturn. Saturn, as I've mentioned over and over again, because it's such a slow-moving planet, transiting through your sun sign, has really put constraints on you anyhow. So what makes things worse is if there are demands, especially from family members who don't understand that you're going through your own shit and that, you need a little bit of space. And moreover, the fourth house, as well as being the family as such, is really your inner peace. Mercury is in what we call debilitation, or its weakest position in the zodiac when it transits through this fourth house of family. And to make matters worse, Neptune throws the spanner of confusion in the works here. So what it means is that even if you are amenable to discussing something and resolving family issues with specific people or relatives, it may be that they may not even understand where you're coming from. So sometimes silence is the best approach. It's interesting too that this water sign of Pisces is somewhat mute. In other words, your best bet is probably not saying too much. Being the Sagittarian, open-hearted, warm, gregarious person you are, you're usually pretty open with your feelings. Maybe that is not a strategy that's going to work for you under these transits. I mentioned that date that I'm looking at here right now, the 12th. Just surrounding that date, we see a couple of other aspects. Mercury moving into the sign of Aries, your fifth house. That moves out of that fourth house. There right now you have the Moon, Venus, Uranus and Mars indicating a really great level of energy for creative pursuits. It is a very competitive area of the horoscope. It's a fire sign, the triangular fire sign to your sun sign. You've had that explosive Mars-Uranus combination going on there for a while. So you are competitive right now. That will diminish even though Mercury is there, because Mars will move into the sixth sign of Taurus for you on the 10th. And then a lot of that energy, that competitive energy, even that creative energy, will be focused more on the detailed aspects of your work, what it is you have to get done, getting everything in order, filing, managing, planning, allocating, just really getting everything in order in your work and in your daily routine. That could be precipitated by the troublesome congregation of planets in that fourth house. Maybe you have to prove someone to someone. Competition in the sense that I use it may not be sporting competition. It could be ego competition. So you need to watch that. The other thing I haven't mentioned for you this month, Sagittarius, is the full moon that takes place in the sign of Virgo. Speaking of work, the 10th house, Virgo, for you, indicates big things happening, a lot more emotional input, a lot more connectedness with what it is you're doing. And that's directly opposed to all this family stuff. So I think this is going to give you the key to what to do here. Mars in the 6th house of work, the full moon in the 10th house of profession, all really good for distracting you from those really irritating family issues. Don't start me on it. Just put that to the side. You know all about that. And then the Venus, love planet, in retrogression. So all of these 5th house planets also have a lot to do with love, but with that Venus moving in retrogression, I don't think you're going to feel completely comfortable, especially if you're entering a new relationship. Even if you're in a current relationship, you will be pulling back a little bit. And as I said, with Mars in the 6th house, reappraising your position considerably throughout the month of March. How about that? I find that very interesting. A couple of other little things there. You've got that Pluto energy. There's that very tough square aspect taking place on the 24th, I believe. Mercury coming into the square from the position of Aries. 2nd house, 5th house, speculation, don't do it. If you've got any doubt, leave it out. Guess that could cause you to mentally do things you wouldn't normally do. It is also a planet of intellectual control, and it is one of manipulation. Be careful of your kids. Kids are very good at manipulating you. That's a fast-moving transit, fortunately, and that leads me into suggesting you possibly visit the site astrology.com.au, where I have a lot more information on this month and the coming 6 to 8, 9, 10 months of the coming year, 2017. I hope you will avail yourself of that. And once again, come and see me again next month. I'll be here. Look forward to your company. Take care.